Hey, what's going on, you guys? It's me, Jujutsu Gaming, with you for another video. So today we're gonna talk about if Jujutsu Kaisen has surpassed Demon Slayer or not. This video is completely subjective and I'm going to give my opinions about the shows. I love both of these shows, one I love more than the other, so let's get into the discussion. So I've only watched the anime of both of the series, so I'm going to talk about only the anime. I've read the Jujutsu Kaisen manga bit, I'm halfway through the Gojo's past arc. So if you want to compare these two shows, we have to talk about everything about the two anime and analyze them one by one. So let's start with the plot. Let's start talking about Demon Slayer first, then move on to Jujutsu Kaisen. The story takes place in Taisho era Japan. So one day, Tanjiro's family gets killed by a demon besides his sister who turns into a half demon, half human. It follows Tanjiro Kamado and his sister Nezuko Kamado as they seek a cure to Nezuko's demon's curse. Tanjiro and Nezuko become entangled in affairs of a secret society known as the Demon Slayer Corps that have been waging a secret war against demons for centuries. The demons are former humans who sold their humanity in exchange for power. They feed on humans and possess supernatural abilities such as super strength, magic, and regeneration. The Demon Slayers, on the other hand, are completely human. However, they employ a special breathing technique known as the breathing styles, which grant them superhuman strength and increased resistance. Now on to JJK. Yuji Itadori is an unnatural fit high school student living in Sendai with his grandfather. He goes to visit his dying grandfather in the hospital every day. On his deathbed, his grandfather instills two powerful words, which becomes ideal for Itadori Yuji.
お前は強いから人を助けろ。手の届く範囲でいい。救える奴は救っとけ。迷ってもいい。感謝されなくても気にするな。とにかく一人でも多く助けてやれ。お前は大勢に囲まれて死ね。俺みたいになるなよ。
These two ideas seemingly stem from his grandfather's own regrets. After his grandfather's death, Yuji interprets this message as one statement: everyone deserves a proper death. He is then confronted by Megumi Fushiguro, a sorcerer who informs him of a high-grade cursed charm talisman at his school that Yuji recently had contact with. His senior friends at the occult club unleashed the talisman, a rotting finger, which attracted curses to the school creatures that are brought about through negative emotions and are strengthened by consuming magical powers present in sorcerers or such charms. Unable to defeat the curses due to his lack of magical power, Yuji shallows the finger to protect Megumi and his friends and becomes the host of Ryomen Sukuna, a powerful curse. Due to Sukuna's evil nature, all sorcerers are required to exorcise him, and by extensions, Yuji immediately. However, despite being possessed, Yuji is still to regain control over his body for the most part. Seeing this, Satoru Gojo, Megumi's teacher, decides to take him to the Tokyo Prefectural Jujutsu High School to propose a plan to his superiors, which postpones Yuji's death sentence until he consumes all of the Sukuna's fingers, allowing him to kill Sukuna once and for all. So as you can see here that Demon Slayer's plot is one-dimensional, but Jujutsu Kaisen's plot is a bit complex than Demon Slayer. For Jujutsu Kaisen, we really can predict or know if Yuji is going to be killed or not after observing 20 of the fingers. But in Demon Slayer, we know that Nezuko is going to turn into a human at some point. I'm not saying that the plot being simple is bad, but Jujutsu Kaisen takes the cake here because of the complexity, which is more intriguing. Well, even if we know Nezuko is going to turn into a human, that doesn't really matter that we know that, but the journey is more important than the conclusion. So no hates to Demon Slayer. So now on to characters. So I'm a big fan of character-driven story, that's why characters matter a lot to me. First, starting with the protagonist, because we are viewing the story from their perspective. So as I said, the plot of Demon Slayer is simple. Because the plot is simple, that's why Tanjiro as a protagonist is also one-dimensional on saving his sister and make her human again. On the other side, Yuji has taken the decision that he will let the Jujutsu school kill him after observing 20 of the fingers. Even though that is one-dimensional, that he has to observe 20 of the fingers, he is not like that. Yuji is more of a chill dude who likes to hang out sometimes, has better humor, and a better human character. He's also very relatable due to the fact that he is more of a regular guy. He wants to give proper depth to everyone and lives the way he wants to. This makes him a character who's more flexible, as such making friends with enemies, such as Junpei and Todo, slash best friend that makes him more diversifying. Demon Slayer is more character-driven story than Jujutsu Kaisen, and I mentioned earlier that I love character-driven story more. That's why Gintama is my favorite anime of all time. Watch Gintama. We see more from the characters of Demon Slayer than Jujutsu Kaisen, but Jujutsu Kaisen has a very good cast than Demon Slayer without any doubt. The protagonist is better in almost every ways, but no hate to Tanjiro because he fits perfectly in the story of Demon Slayer. After finishing JJK's first season, I already love Yuji, Fushiguro, Nobara, Nanami, and Gojo. But if you're talking about Demon Slayer, I really don't love anyone yet. I like Tanjiro as a protagonist. Nezuki is cute and everybody seems over her, but as a character she's not good as JJK's female characters such as Nobara and Maki. And then Zenitsu is annoying but cool sometimes. And Inosuke is a good character, but we haven't seen much of his backstory yet. We've spent most of the times with the main three characters, so we haven't learned much about any other characters. Not even Inosuke or the other Hashiras. Yu is a pretty cool character obviously, but we've only seen him pop off a little. Gojo destroyed the internet every time he popped off.
弱いもん無料空所青術式反転赤紫
In any case, in terms of characters, JJK takes a W again, but Demon Slayer is a character-driven story, so that's a small W for Demon Slayer, and I feel like Demon Slayer is more emotional than JJK, so that's a little W for them too. By the way, 98% of you aren't subscribed yet. Hitting subscribe will really help me out and motivate me to make more in-depth analysis like this. Anyways, on to the antagonists. Antagonists of the both shows are similar. When we talk about JJK's antagonists, you'll probably think about Mahito, Sukuna, or maybe Geto for the manga readers. But Demon Slayer has some demons here and there. They don't shine much as JJK's antagonists. We've seen Muzan, but we don't know anything about him yet. Rui was there but didn't last long enough for us to remember. But everyone watching JJK probably hates Mahito and also loves him as an antagonist. And there's also Sukuna. Sukuna's charisma is something else. We don't have any memorable antagonists in Demon Slayer, and from the manga readers, I heard that there isn't much good antagonists except for the one that comes in the movie. In terms of animations, both of these animes has god tier animation without any doubt. Mahito's domain expansion, Gojo's eyes, Harami vs everyone, and the last 3 episodes arc action sequence were incredible. Demon Slayer's Rui vs Tanjiro and other moments such as when he slices is phenomenal. For me, Demon Slayer's animation is more beautiful aesthetically and has better color contrast. I feel like peak Demon Slayer / episode 19 is yet to be surpassed by JJK, but JJK has too many great moments, from the Junpei's arc to Kyoto Sister School exchange event arc to the Obedience of Blood arc. Zenitsu's Sleep Awakening and some other moments in Demon Slayer were very good, but JJK has like 8 and 9 moments as great as those, which I love a lot. I feel like JJK has progressed more in 24 episodes than Demon Slayer has in 26. Yuji became a grade 1 sorcerer, we got to know many characters' backstory and more, where Demon Slayer has progressed but not much as JJK. We still haven't learned about Inosuke's backstory. There isn't also any trace of Muzan. Both of these anime has eargasm level soundtracks as well, so that's a tie there. When it comes to power system, both of these animes are pretty unique. In Demon Slayer, they use special breathing technique to increase strength and stuff. And for JJK, they use cursed energy, which comes from negative emotions. I feel like JJK's power system is more diversifying because they use different pacts and they also have domain expansions. If you're talking about enjoyment, I'd say it's also a tie because both of the anime are full of fun. There's no episode where you'll be like, what the hell am I watching, or something like that. So my final thoughts on these shows are I prefer JJK over Demon Slayer quite a bit. Demon Slayer is in my top 25 and JJK is maybe on my top 15 or something like that. This changes a lot because I've been reading and watching a lot of stuff now. I really love both of these shows and really waiting for the new seasons and the movie to come out. I'll leave a card where you can vote whether you prefer JJK or Demon Slayer. It's been Tetris Gaming. See you on the next video.